This is Jane with Hug in an Envelope. Welcome to my 2019 craft room tour. The first thing that I wanted to show you is my ribbon storage. This is my ribbon storage. I bought a Closet Made over the door pantry storage solution. It holds all my ribbons and they're out of the way. I think ribbons are just messy and the other solutions didn't work for me. The pull type where you threaded your spools on there, if the ribbon center wasn't the correct diameter, then it didn't work. And if something in the middle was out of ribbon, you had to unload all the ribbons to get to it. So I really like this one. It has the adjustable shelves so that I could configure it so it didn't hit the other shelves that are in the closet. And I've had it for about 6 months, and I need to go ahead and anchor it with the screws, but in the meantime I had it duct taped so that it wouldn't rattle when I opened and closed the door. But this is a good solution, and it works for me, and maybe it'll work for you too. And then the other stuff in my closet is just random office supplies. I have 3 of these wall cabinets in my craft room. I purchased them from Home Depot, but when I was checking prices, they are less expensive on Walmart.com. It's a wall cabinet unit, and I did paint the trim on it to match the other items in my craft room and added the beachy knobs because even though I live in Colorado, I love the beach. But let me show you the surprise on the inside. Inside the cabinet is my ink storage. The Organize More 80 Pro unit fits perfectly in this cabinet. The units aren't listed on their website, but if you email them, they will make them for you. And I'm hoping by the time this video posts that I will have a discount coupon for you to use to order your own Organize More products. And they're a great company. I can't say how well they're or how easy they are to work with. The lower unit is what they call a linen cabinet. So let me show you what the inside of that looks like. The inside of the cabinet has 2 adjustable shelves, and I do incorporate Jennifer McGuire's fridge bin concept to keep your supplies nice and neat. And it does work. It works well for me. The Classic Crest I do take down to my local printer and have my card bases cut and scored. The envelopes that I'm using and that I have used for a couple of years now, they're a 32-pound bond, and the weight of it matches nicely with the Classic Crest cover stock. The 80-pound Classic Crest I get quartered, and I have card fronts available. The other bins hold other supplies, and then down at the bottom, the little mess in the corner, that's fun foam, and I keep all the scraps of fun foam because you can use a little piece for a sentiment, where I don't have other scraps in my craft room, just the fun foam that I need to corral. The larger bin holds all the other types of paper that I use: watercolor paper, Yupo, Bristol, Deco foil, and then I did find those little canvas panels at the dollar store that I hope to stamp and give as gifts. On the top of this cabinet, I have a little shelf that my sister gave me, and the crock has my paintbrushes in it and stencil brushes. The little planter blocks has punches. For me, one of the most important things that I needed in my craft room was a comfortable chair. I'm short. I'm only 5'1.5", 5'2" when I lie. And this chair, even though it was expensive, it fits my body. And I've had it for about 20 years, and it's just a really nice chair. So my suggestion is If you're a crafter that sits, get a good chair. This is my craft table. It's 36 by 24, and it is wide enough that I can craft on it, use my MISTI with the door open, and have a glass mat. It was around $100, and I will have links for all the stuff that is in my craft room out over on my blog. And then I added the Tonic Studios little baskets because they add on a little bit more space. In the first one I have some acrylic blocks, and then in the other two I keep stamps and dies that I'm gearing up to use, or products that I've gotten that I haven't used at all. It does have a holder for my heat gun, and it does have a holder for a glue gun also. The top of this desk does rise like a drafting table, and then it has this metal lip for your pencil tray so your pencils don't roll off when it's elevated. Like I said, it's 36 by 24. It has enough room on here for me to craft and make cards, and I really like it. I have a variety of little dishes and mugs that I hold, just supplies that I seem to use quite frequently. It also has 3 drawers, and there's a little space before the drawers start where I keep my corner rounders. And in the first drawer I have my most used black inks, Versamark, and my embossing buddy. In the second drawer I have my MISTI cleaner, some embossing spoons, little misters, and some Ultra Clean. Ultra Clean isn't my favorite stamp cleaner. I think it's oily and I don't really care for the smell. The third drawer has my stamp scrubber and the cleaner that I do like. It's the Ranger water-based cleaner. I like how it smells. And then there's some StazOn cleaner. On the floor I have a couple of mats that I purchased from Big Lots. And then this hump thing is a footrest because I'm short. I don't like when my legs dangle, so I have this cushion rest to put them on. I live in rural Colorado, and it's about 3 hours to an IKEA. So I purchased 2 Michaels units, and they're on wheels because this space is a shared space. My furnace is behind that door, so I needed something where I could get a mobile so I could get to my furnace to change the filter. And I also have my washer and dryer behind the closet doors. So I like my stuff in drawers and cabinets to cut down on the dust and lint. The Michaels units with a coupon, I paid less than $20 for each of them. And I do like that the drawers pull out pretty far so that you can reach the stuff in the back. And if you want to see what's in my drawers, please leave me a comment below. And then I do have a Raskog cart, and this truly is the one buy that I wish I didn't do. I need drawers. The cart itself, the top shelf is very accessible, but the other two, they're not that great, even without the little bins that I have in there. On this Hoosier Cabinet Furniture is where I have my paper station. And earlier I said that I didn't have scraps, and the reason why I don't is because I take my paper down when I get it and have most of it quartered, and then just a few sheets left for card bases if I want to make a color card base. And that way the sheets are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I do a die cut or 2 on a piece of paper, and there isn't enough left for a scrap, so I feel okay with throwing it away. And I do use the job ticket holder, and I label them with the manufacturer and the color for easy reordering. My paper trimmer is a oldie but goodie from Office Max. I don't even think Office Max is still in business, but this is an excellent paper trimmer. If you follow my blog, you know that I repurposed this cabinet that was given to me by my friend It's a video storage organizational cabinet, and I chalk painted it to match the decor in my room. And she also gifted me a majority of these stamps. So this is a great way for me to be able to store them and display them. And then on top I have a carousel, which holds a lot of tools, and a card rack with my current cards. In the 80s, when computers were first invented, they were big. We had towers of electronics. And this cabinet I purchased from, I believe, Office Depot, way back in the day. And it's the perfect unit to repurpose for a craft station. So it has a couple of doors on it with cork, and I've added magnets to the one side so I can keep track of my dies when I'm cutting. And because it was for electronics, it's got cord cubbies for my electric die cutter. It has a pull-out tray there on the top where I have the huge rolls of foam tape. And then my stamp storage is here with my dies on the bottom, and then embossing folders in the far right in the copper bin. I organized my stamps, dies, and embossing folders by theme. I purchased heavy-duty chipboard and spray painted it and labeled it, and then behind it I store all my dies, stamps in page protectors. So I buy the heavy-duty page protectors. I store my stamps on one side, and in the other side I have the dies if they have coordinating dies. And I purchased these 20 mil magnets on Amazon, and they're heavy duty. So let me shake it for you, and you can see that they don't fall off. So I'm really happy with this. I started crafting on my dining room table, and I had a couple of notebooks, and I started with page protectors, and I kept using them. So that is how I store my stamps, dies, and embossing folders. This rack is my coloring station, and it holds all my markers, Gonzi Tombi watercolors, Zix Peerless watercolors, and color pencils, and a sharpener. And behind it I have a few iris cases with 12 by 12 paper, and this is all the 12 by 12 I have, and most of it's specialty paper, or if I need to make a special envelope, I need a 12 by 12 paper. So that's all the 12 by 12 I have, and I don't really have. I have punches in these two baskets, and then a little magnet decorator. And then I have another cabinet with more ink storage, and then another linen cabinet with more storage. And that is my craft room tour. And I know it was rushed, but I only get 15 minutes on YouTube. My room is 10 by 12. My house was built in the 50s. This was a single car garage that the previous owner turned into another room. And like I said, behind the closet doors is my laundry. And I do appreciate that my desk is on wheels so that I can push it out of the way when I'm doing laundry and have room, you know, for my clothes dryer and that type of thing. The black thing on my table is for when I'm going to do YouTube videos. And I do have this light that I got on sale at Joann's during Christmas with a 60% off coupon. And that is what my room looks like. Thank you so much for watching my video.